Hi everyone, in the final week before Coaster, we can't wait to see everyone that's coming on Monday next week. Today's session is all about exchange wars. We've got Binance Coin, we've got Hype, we've got Asta, so I'm going to be sharing them all with you today. If you want to watch the full version of this video where I talk about where the market sits and how I just see things developing here, as well as a bit of market psychology, which I am sensing and seeing, make sure to become a newsletter subscriber by clicking the link below. Let's dive straight in. There is a tremendous amount of interest in crypto. There is a lot of investors and traders using BNB coin or storing their value in it just for the short term, whether to get that cheaper fees on the exchange, or they're seeing the upwards trajectory of maybe the crypto side of this market over this next phase. Because BNB is a way to get yourself exposure to that largest exchange in the world. You're getting a slice of that without taking too much risk. So this has been just a one-way chart. It looks really, really beautiful. It's probably coming back down here a little bit at some point, but 1,000 is now that psychological level, which is breached without too much worry. It's gone beneath, but it's recovered itself really, really fast. So you can't ignore this chart. And I've got some levels above in terms of my Fibonacci extensions, where I think Binance Coin is probably heading up to about 1,300. It's not a lot in front of it, to be honest. There's no real volume. There's no previous volume. So all we can really run on is Fibonacci extensions and looking at the RSI when it's overheated, structural support. In terms of riding this uptrend, look, the 20 and the 10 are going to hold this up. We're going to come back to the 50 eventually, but I want to see those two get lost first. And if we're holding this horizontal support and we're just grinding sideways and just chopping, that's a great sign. It allows all these moving averages to catch up. But again, there's some kind of macro theme and thesis around BNB moving higher. But if we get a close beneath that 979 area, then I think we're going to flirt with that area soon. But apart from that, it is one of the strongest charts in the market, so it is a cherry ripe. So buy zones are probably down to the 20 and maybe the 50. I think you can be, again, pretty wide here. If you want to, take a bit more risk, you can enter here and set a stop loss, beneath the 10,988. That is a possibility. Hyperliquid has been, all the rage of late. And then Asta comes onto the scene. There's some very big investors dumping Hype and moving into Asta. It's only about a 3 billion market cap, whereas Hype's much, much bigger. These are decentralized exchanges again coming onto the scene. So new kids on the block tend to be very exciting. They tend to get big up thrust, very, very quickly, and you make a lot of money in them. I know I've been trading this myself and made a little bit overnight, which is great. What's great about Asta here in terms of the structure is, yes, there's no prior price action, but we saw this really clean break, up, back, retest, and then scoot off. So we've already made new all-time high in Asta over the last day or so. Now we're looking to really maximize this and reach out. While I think this is a cherry ripe too because of the strength of the chart, you just want to be careful that you're not just buying in here and chasing. The close here is really strong. This should continue in line with my rocket, but this can absolutely come back and maybe form out a larger pattern. But look, there's a really clear uptrend going here. And this is on the 1 hour. You have to go down to the 4 hour and the 1 hour to actually get this kind of structure. If you go to the daily, it's only like 3-4 candles, so it's not really that useful. So as long as it's riding this uptrend, then this keeps going. And again, if this is trying to get towards Hype's valuation, then this can get a heck of a lot higher. I mean, that would be about $7. I don't know if that's going to be the case. There's a lot of eyeballs on this now, so there is a chance it could reverse. Just be careful just FOMOing in here. If you're buying, I'll be looking at this Fibonacci retracement and just looking at the levels. Back to the 10 at $2, which is psychological. All right, my danger zone this week might be a little bit weird, but everything's had a really big move down. So I have to kind of think outside the box when I'm thinking of danger zones. Now, AVAX is moving into a major downtrend supply level as well against the BTC pair as well. But this is the volume block above. It is going to take a bit of doing to bust through. I'd be buying AVAX further down here if you're keen on AVAX. And it's shown a lot of strength. I've really enjoyed watching AVAX of late. But this, again, is going to be a really tough area for it to move through. And I'm seeing signs that it might be trying to exhaust itself, as in the buyers are running out of steam. And we're going to come back down. We're going to feel out some of these lower areas back down at $30, that type of region. We can also pull out our Fibonacci retracements here on where it might go. Came down to 0.5, that's great. Probably comes back down for a higher low, 31.30 region. You might get lucky and it goes low. Again, strength is strength, it should be respected. And if it has been really strong, it's unlikely to go as deep as you think. But if so on the daily, I'm not getting too much signal here. I can see that there is potential bearish divergence developing here where the momentum's actually dropping while the price action's going higher. And I can really see that if you go down to say like the 8 hour, the 4 hour, it's beginning to really manifest itself. So yeah, double peak and then we're rolling over here. So AVAX I think is looking a little bit heavy. The bulls really need to step in. So this is my danger zone. I think we can be looking at these lower areas here. Divergence is nice. The thing with these divergences, guys, is here you just want to be careful. You can get two, but sometimes it can fake everyone out. Like everyone's going short. Now seeing that, you can do one more up here and this actually goes lower as well. And then you've got a triple, bearish divergence. So for this to confirm, you really want to see the structure break through here. So if I see this drop at about $33, then I think that that's falling over and it's going into that region. But overall, respect strength. So this might be a short-term rollover. It does happen.